I want you to imagine this. You're healthy, confident, and you've never really thought twice about your private habits. But one day, in the most intimate moment with your partner, your body betrays you. You lose control. Or worse, you lose your erection. Most men blame stress, aging, or even bad luck. But the truth? In my years as a medical professional, I've seen the same silent culprit over and over again. Not a disease, not a deficiency, but something you do alone, behind closed doors, in a way that is quietly training your body to fail. Hi, I'm Katherine Anderson, a urologist specializing in genitourinary trauma and reconstruction at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, why science says it happens, and how you can take back control, permanently. This isn't about shame. This is about knowledge, power, and reclaiming your confidence in the bedroom. Stick with me until the end, because the fixes I'm about to share are simple, natural, and proven to work. But only if you know them. I want you to imagine a patient who walks into my clinic, a healthy man in his early 30s. He looks fit, eats well, works out regularly, yet, with a hesitant voice, he admits that something isn't quite right in the bedroom. His confidence has taken a hit. Erections aren't as strong as they used to be, and sometimes they disappear at the worst possible moments. Now, before you jump to conclusions, no, this isn't always about disease, low testosterone, or aging. Quite often, it's about something most men do, but rarely talk about: masturbation. Let's get one thing clear from the very beginning. Masturbation, when practiced in a healthy way, is not harmful. In fact, research shows it can reduce stress, help you sleep, support prostate health, and maintain healthy sexual function. But here's the part nobody tells you. It's also a form of sexual training. Every time you do it, you're teaching your brain and body how to respond sexually. And just like in sports, the way you train determines the way you perform. The brain is incredibly adaptable, what neuroscientists call neuroplasticity. That means repeated actions create patterns, almost like wiring your sexual reflexes. If those patterns are healthy, you develop control, stamina, and confidence. If they're not, you can unintentionally condition yourself into premature ejaculation, difficulty getting aroused with a partner, or even erectile dysfunction. Over the years, I've seen 3 patterns of unhealthy masturbation habits that silently sabotage men's sexual performance. Let's walk through them, and more importantly, how to fix them, so you can take control back. Here is first mistake many men often do. They treat masturbation like a race. Maybe they're worried about privacy, or maybe it's just habit. The goal is to finish as quickly as possible. But here's the problem. Every time you do this, you're training your body for speed, not endurance. Your nervous system learns. Arousal equals a fast climax. That conditioning doesn't magically disappear when you're with a partner. Instead, your body follows its programming. This often leads to premature ejaculation. And the moment you start worrying about it, performance anxiety kicks in. And we know from studies in sexual medicine that anxiety is one of the quickest ways to lose an erection. The fix is not just about slowing down. It's about retraining. I advise my patients to set aside unhurried time, focus on sensation, and learn to ride the wave of arousal without crossing the point of no return too soon. This is called the start-stop method, and over time, it strengthens your ability to control your climax, even under pressure. The second mistake is connected to pornography. Think of pornography like ultra-processed junk food for the brain. Easy, exciting, but ultimately harmful when it becomes your main source of sexual stimulation. Studies on dopamine pathways show that high-intensity visual novelty from porn can desensitize your brain, making real-life intimacy feel less stimulating. When this happens, men sometimes develop porn-induced erectile dysfunction, not because they've lost attraction to their partner, but because their brain has been conditioned to expect an unrealistic level of visual input. It's like being used to fireworks every night and then finding candlelight disappointing. The solution here is what I call a mental detox. Stop outsourcing arousal to a screen. Re-engage your imagination, think about real experiences, or even use audio or literature-based erotica as a stepping stone. It will feel harder at first. Your brain has to rewire, but it's worth it. Over time, your arousal will be tied back to real sensations and human connection, not pixels. Third mistake. This one's more mechanical. Many men use the exact same grip, speed, and position every single time. The problem? The penis adapts to that one specific sensation. In extreme cases, this is known as the death grip phenomenon, where real sexual contact feels underwhelming in comparison. If your body is used to a 10 out of 10 level of pressure and friction, even an 8 out of 10 with a partner might not register as enough to trigger or maintain arousal. Here, variety is your best friend. Change your hand, your grip, your position. Use lubrication to adjust the sensation. Train your body to respond to a spectrum of stimuli. That way, partnered sex will feel natural and satisfying without relying on a single type of touch. Fourth mistake is the excessive frequency of masturbation. As I mentioned earlier, masturbation itself is not harmful. In fact, when practiced in moderation, it can be a healthy part of human sexuality. But when it becomes a compulsive habit, done multiple times a day, or used as an escape from stress, boredom, or emotional discomfort, it can start to negatively affect your physical energy, mental focus, and even your motivation in life. You may find yourself more fatigued, less driven, and increasingly disconnected from real-life goals or relationships. The key to fixing this is not guilt or shame, it's awareness. Begin by tracking how often you're doing it and why. Set healthy limits and redirect that energy into productive habits like exercise, learning, or building your career. Reclaim your focus, because your time and energy are far too valuable to be wasted without purpose. Okay. So, when patients follow these 3 principles, slowing down, removing dependence on pornography, and introducing variety, I've seen remarkable changes not just in performance, but in overall sexual confidence. And here's a bonus tip I always give in my practice. Get comfortable using condoms during solo practice. Many men feel they lose sensitivity or rhythm when putting one on with a partner, and that's often because it's unfamiliar. By making it part of your private routine, you remove the surprise factor and the anxiety, so you stay in control when it matters. Remember, masturbation itself isn't the problem. It's how you do it that shapes your sexual reflexes. Treat it like a training ground. If you train well, you'll perform well. If you train poorly, you'll carry those habits into the bedroom. The science is clear. With conscious practice, you can recondition your body, regain control, and enjoy intimacy at its fullest, without pills, gimmicks, or shame. If you've made it this far, you've already done something most men never do. You've faced the truth about your habits and learned how to change them. This isn't just about sex. It's about confidence, control, and knowing that when the moment matters, your body will rise to the occasion, literally and figuratively. The techniques we covered today are not theory. They are grounded in neuroscience, sexual medicine, and years of patient experience. And if you commit to them, you'll not only protect your performance, you'll enhance it beyond what you thought was possible. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just nod and forget this. Put it into practice today. And if you found this valuable, share it. Because there's a man out there right now who thinks his problem is permanent, and you might be the reason he learns it's not. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 habits surprised you the most? Tell me in the comments, and let's start an honest conversation.